then crossing the mountain chain. They did 3 tries, going up, no, can go 3 tries, and then found a pass. When we did it, we have you go on Google Earth and you have everything. Okay, we're gonna go.
Just follow.
So easy. Yeah. We didn't try to replicate all these mistakes, and certainly our equipment was much better. Yeah. Sure.
I have a question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. I was just wondering, in the footage of Shackleton, I think, or it showed the 2 men on boats, and there were a lot of husky dogs. I think on the ship with them, did they use them as well to help them navigate around the island, or was it just men?
No, unfortunately the dogs did not make it to. Well, all the men survived. All the dogs were killed pretty much for food. They started with 69 dogs from Argentina, and the purpose of the dogs was to help them cross Antarctica. Since that never happened because they got stuck 100 miles from the coast, they used the dogs for a while to pull stuff, and eventually they shot them and ate them, which was big drama. I mean, most of these guys got attached to the dogs, and when you read the journals of these sailors, it's incredible. There was a cat as well. Also, Shackleton asked the cat owner to kill his cat, which was another big drama in the group. So, by the way, all this footage is, black and white is original footage from Frank Hurley, both the photos and it was the first years of a movie. I mean, black and white.
They're amazing.
Amazing.
So they're really amazing.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Congrats to the guy.
Yeah.
And they brought back, most of the film, not all the plates, because when the boat went down, they had to move all this on the ice and pulling it. So Shackleton said, okay, we're going to keep some of them because we need them to tell the story and to, by the way, talking about sponsorship, to raise money after to pay for all our debts that we did incur before leaving. So Frank Hurley and Shackleton did sit on the ice, and they went through the plates and say, okay, this one yes, this one no, and they broke them to make sure that they would not be tempted to get back later to go get them. So these other plates are gone forever. I think it was about 1 out of 5 which made it back to history. Yes.
So, I mean, all this wealth of knowledge, and obviously with your movie, the documentary, your book, and bringing young people to the crew. So I can only imagine what's next for youngsters, and what do you think, are going to do to help younger generation to put that seed?
Yeah. Well, personally, I'm just one guy trying to share my experiences and what I'm doing, and I'm not trying to. First, I don't want to say, okay, we screwed up, and you're the generation who is going to fix it, because that's.
It's true.
but it's a nice message to convey. But if seeing what's going on is. I say modestly, what I like in this film is not about guilt or even going too much into details, into the science and the changes. It's more of an adventure, and if it gets people and youngsters in particular interested in this part of the world,
and inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's sharing and inspiration, and I've actually brought my 2 daughters in some of these expeditions, not this one, but the Greenland, the Canadian Arctic, Himalayas, the Kilimanjaros. We've done a lot together, and guess what? Now they travel, they love these causes, and they do a lot, and I'm sure plenty of kids are doing that as well.
And what's next for you? Do you have another project?
Ideas for me?
Santa Catalina, very nice.
So I've heard.
Water.
I have a few projects. I've not really been in the Russian Arctic, so I'd like to do something in the Russian Arctic, and there are other explorers who have been in this northern Siberia, eastern Siberia, eyes on a couple of ideas there. But also warmer waters, preparing something around Cuba, looking at the coral reefs situation there, and how actually very healthy they are for a number of reasons. Myanmar, Trans-Pacific expedition to look at also coral reefs and other issues there. So I've, a few ideas, but I'm always
Welcome.
interested in ideas and suggestions, and places to go, what to do. Absolutely. Yes?
I was wondering if the film will be released, so will it be available on
Yeah.
Amazon? Or?
Yeah, well, eventually, yes, sure, it's my goal. I have an agent in France who has sold it to French TV, Slovenia TV, Japan. I mean, and it's starting now to be bought by TV. So hopefully in the US soon as well. And after it goes through that cycle, then it's going to be video on demand and Netflix eventually and all that. It's a little early, and I'm trying to get. It's not that much for the money that it will raise, but it's always good as a track record showing that it's been purchased by television for an actual audience. It's a good reference to have. But if you have particular needs for a public or private show of some kind, you can always contact me, and I'm always eager to discuss these kind of possibilities. Okay, last question, and then one in cheese.
Was the ship reinforced for ice conditions at all, and did the ship suffer any damage?
Our ship is a steel hull, so it's a strong ship. It's not double hulled, and it's not. But it was built about 20 years ago with the purpose of going in these kind of waters. It's not ice breaking level, of course. It's not like your Coast Guard ships, but strong enough that we can do about anything not stupid in this part of the world. Yeah, very good workhorse, as Ben was saying. The skipper is just a bit not great looking, not a race boat, but certainly did the job very well.
What was the length of it? What's the size?
75 foot, 23 meters. So decent.
Were you sailing most or using the motor?
About half-half, yeah. Sometimes half just sail or just motor, sometimes both. On the sail, even if we're using the motor, we would use the sail as a stabilizer, even though the sail would not really help, pushing the boat. To use that as and also for pictures, the filming. Yeah, maybe another.
Sorry, when you do that, you never have a doctor?
Doctor? Oh, no, we didn't have a doctor on board.
Very good question.
Interesting question. Well, because these boats typically you're limited at 12. In these kind of boats, above 12 is a totally different story, insurance and all that. So we went 12. Having a doctor, just specific doctor, is a cost, and that said, for first aid, the crew of the boat and Ben, our polo guide, these guys are experienced to help if there is a major problem. But if you get something serious, appendicitis, something where you really need help quickly, the best bet is a cruise ship being not more than a few days away, and you see where they are, because we're always connected, internet and all that, and you try to reach that ship and hoping for the best. That's probably the riskiest part in a way. It's not being stuck in a mountain with wind. It's more, if there is a big drama, you may die of remoteness. We always have, by the way, on these expeditions, a lot of morphine and all the ingredients which at least make you die in peace and containment. Yeah.
Hey, you're very smart.
Yeah. Well, it's
Very essential.
yeah, that's, all right. If no more questions, I'm sure you can continue. Yeah, feel free to ask me questions. And, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Merci, merci à la Merci. Merci.
Yeah, I like it a lot. That would be nice to have more.
You want anything?
Yeah. Yeah, get more. And I want him to sign it for you.
Tu écris un oui,
Ça arrive.
Ça fonctionne un peu dur,
non, c'est plus, à l'origine, c'est un LP de...
Una storia viene importante a Oscar Marino.